Fathers Incorporated started like most not-for-profits out of my own pain. And so some things, sometimes it starts out of your own joy, but this one started out of my pain and joy together. The pain was at the time I was going through relationship issues with the mother of my youngest daughter, and found ourselves in court and realized that while we were in court, that was just a situation that we didn't want to be in. In fact, it was her who said to me, we're two intelligent individuals. We should not be allowing government to tell us how to raise our child. And we made a commitment together at that moment that we would never allow that to happen. And my daughter's turning 17 years old in a couple of days, and we've never had issues as co-parents. But then there were some other circumstances that kind of pressed me towards that. One, it was a very dark moment in my life. I was losing my business. I was a newspaper publisher for almost 7 years. My business was going downhill. I got into a relationship with a girl that wasn't the best relationship to be in, so I started losing a lot of friends, and all of these things started to converge on me at the same time. At the same time, we were going through these court issues, and I found myself on the couch, and it was my intention not to get up from that couch, that I just got tired of life and was giving up on life. And I did what I was taught to do when I got into those situations, but it was the very last thing that was on my list to do before I did that, and that was to pray. And while I prayed, I asked God to give me something worthy to get off of this couch, because if you don't, I won't do it. And he simply said to me, speak to the hearts of men. And I said, what do you mean speak to the hearts of men? I could not understand what he was saying, because I was a publisher, I was a marketing person, I was a DJ personality, I was on the radio, I was music. That was my whole life. Nothing about my life said anything that I would be doing something for men. But I sat there for 7 hours, prayed some more about it, got up, sat in front of my computer. In about another 6 hours, I had a 15-page prospectus of Fathers Incorporated. And the company at that time wanted to be able to help men understand the nuances of child support, custody, and visitation, because in my space, that was the big, huge issue. But as I got into the work, what I realized was that those three things are just symptoms of the larger issues. The larger issues are they don't have adequate jobs. They don't have adequate housing. They don't have the ability to resolve conflict. They don't have the education necessary to get good jobs. They have incarcerated backgrounds. They have mental health issues. They have health disparities. They have a bunch of other different things that tend to compound the issue of child support, custody, and visitation. And so I couldn't help enough men fast enough. 4 or 5 years ago, we put in a bid for the National Responsible Fatherhood Clearinghouse, and we won that contract. And as a result of that, we became the agency that oversees the President's Fatherhood Initiative. So everything that moves on the ground outside of the federal government with respect to responsible fatherhood, Fathers Incorporated oversees that. And so we've had the pleasure of managing the President's Fatherhood Initiative for his entire term. And that is significant for me as an individual and as my legacy to my family, because I believe that Barack Obama will be the only, or for me, is the only president that will be recognized as a father and a husband first before he's recognized as the president.